If I were to ask you, what are the biggest threats to your relationship, what would you say? I'm pretty sure that your answers will vary. Some of you might say cheating, lying, infidelity, financial insecurity, lack of emotional bond, and so on and so forth. But what if I tell you that your relationship was strong enough to overcome these popular red flags and major turn off? What would your answer be? Will you still change your answer? In today's video, I want to share two things that I consider to be the biggest enemies to any relationship. I am Emmanuel Smarth. I make videos about relationship. If that sounds like something that you're interested in, kindly consider subscribing and turning on all notifications. Now, let's get deeper into the video. The first major threat to any relationship is change. Relationship should be a close affair between two people that love each other, two people that have accepted each other's flaws, two people that shares dreams and aspirations and are willing to do whatever it takes to put a smile on each other's faces. Let me ask you this. What do you think will happen if one person is taken out of the equation? What do you think will happen if one person travels for an extended period of time, leaving the other person behind? There's an expression that I love so much, and it says, absence makes the heart fonder, which is true, but absence also makes the heart lonelier. So when one person is taken out of the equation, a change is bound to happen, and when that happens, that can bring about an unfavorable result. Let me use my life as an example to drive across my point. I was born in Liberia, West Africa. I spent a great number of my years in Guinea, just growing up and going through school. I met a lovely young lady. At that time, I thought she was the right one for me. We were so in love and everything was going greatly until I had to travel to the United States to further my education. When I came to America, I was dealing with culture shock. I was getting myself acclimatized with the system of the US, and meanwhile this lady was behind, also getting exposed to new friends, new ideas, meeting new people. Long story short, after 5 long years, I decided to go back. When I went back, I met a person that I could not recognize. She was completely different. Her mindset was different. The friends she hung around was also different. Everything that she did, everything about her was just so different. In essence, I'm trying to say she was completely different. She was a changed person. And even though while we were apart, we try to talk, we try to make things work, and I stay in contact with her, that was not enough to keep the relationship alive. When I met her, her behavior, everything was just different. So eventually the relationship came to an end. I guess what I'm trying to tell you is that change can be a good thing, but when it comes to relationship where one person has to leave, where another person has to adopt different belief system, then it can eventually lead to the downfall of any relationship. Now, this doesn't have to be a long-term relationship. Sometimes if you are in relationship with your partner and you are busy and you're not paying attention to the people that they hang around, you're not paying attention to what they listen to on the internet, you're not paying attention to what is happening in their life, there might be changes slowly, and before you know it, your relationship could come to an end. Before you know it, you find yourself sitting down and questioning where did things go wrong. So change, my dear friends, change is one thing that I consider to be the biggest threat to any relationship. The second threat, and this one is probably the most deadly, and this one is the one that I despise the most of the two, is untimely death. Nobody prepares for death. Nobody can prepare for that. And if you ever have to watch the person that you love dearly die slowly in front of your eyes and there's nothing you can do, you understand that pain has a different threshold that I don't wish on any other person. Just imagine this for a second. you are in a relationship, everything is going on well, there's no problem, you guys are able to deal with the external forces that try to split the both of you. You guys are loyal to each other. You want to spend the rest of your life together, and then all of a sudden you hear that the person you love is dying and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. This is tough, and I don't wish this to any other person. That is why I say that is the most deadly threat to any relationship, because if you have to see that, if you have to go through that, trust me, I wish nobody ever goes through that, but I've had to go through that. I've had to watch someone that I love died and there's nothing I could do. I've had to talk to someone on the phone only for a couple of hours later to be told that this person has just lost her life. So in essence, I just want to say this to you guys. When you are in a relationship, it's very much important that you are kind to each other. It doesn't matter if the relationship works out or not, but you have to be kind to each other. You have to be respectful. Don't take anybody for granted, because life just has a funny way of bringing you pain and agony. You could be fighting with a person today, or you could be laughing and smiling with a person today, and then the next minute they are gone. So don't take nothing for granted. I want you to remember these two things: that change and death are the biggest threat to any relationship, at least to relationship that is perfect, to relationship that the participants are loyal to each other and they love each other, and it is what we would describe as close enough to be a perfect relationship. It is only change that death can destroy that relationship. So I'm really hoping that you'll learn something from this video. I'm really hoping that if you're with someone, you'll learn to appreciate them and you don't take them for granted. I'm gonna stop here, and I'd love to hear from you in the comment section. I'd love to know what you think. Yeah, I just have to stop here because this is a very sensitive subject for me, and I wanted to share this with you. So I appreciate the person that you're with. Until then, I'll see you in the next video.